Well, A Taste of Scotland is coming to Oklahoma this fall. Scots, Irish, and even those who don't have a drop of Celtic blood but enjoy the skirl of bagpipes will descend on northeast Oklahoma next month for the annual Scottish Highland Festival and Games. But a couple of Tulsa mechanics are not waiting until then. They're keeping one Scottish tradition alive every day, or at least until the heat wave breaks.
Good afternoon, O'Brien Auto. This is David.
There's definitely a Celtic atmosphere at this Tulsa garage. Of course, with a name like O'Brien, what would you expect? David O'Brien, the owner of O'Brien Auto Performance, isn't about to reject his Scottish and Irish heritage. In fact, he's embraced his Celtic roots, from the big Irish sign in the front office to the Scottish music playing inside the shop. That also goes for his work outfit. Yes, O'Brien is dressed to kill. Or is that kilt? Okay, kilts may not be typical wear in Oklahoma, or anywhere else on the American continent for that matter. But that isn't stopping O'Brien and fellow mechanic David Dinkums Denny from sporting this unusual work attire. First of all, O'Brien says yes, it is part of his heritage.
I've got some Allen and some McCullough, some O'Brien. Yeah, I've got it. I've got the blood that I need.
But O'Brien says the decision to start wearing a kilt isn't just about his roots.
We were looking for a alternative to the heat and just something fun other than shorts, because when it gets hot, it's really hot. It's just as hot outside as it is in the shop.
So O'Brien and Dinkums have opted for some natural air conditioning, and they're not about to be put off by those who question their choice of attire.
Like I say, this is the manliest manwear you can wear. Those.
Not that anyone has raised any concerns, not as long as their cars are repaired.
Doesn't matter what they're wearing. They could wear a dress. If it fix it, I'm okay with it.
O'Brien says his wife was actually the driving force behind this fashion statement, although a few others weren't so sure it was a good idea.
My daughter was a little unnerved at first, but she's okay. I've walked around her school wearing a kilt and been to her athletic events wearing kilts, and it's I've got the points and the laughs, but no comments.
And he hasn't gotten any complaints either.
Usually little giggles, but everybody's fine with it. No one's said by anything any derogatory statements at all, or I don't want him in my car. They usually give us the thumbs up, and it's been really good.
Of course, there are a few bits of etiquette to keep in mind when wearing a kilt. For one thing, you don't want to bend over too far. That probably wouldn't be pleasant for anyone. And then there are other occupational hazards.
You got to be a little careful if you're working on a car that's low, but none of our cars are low enough that these can get caught in any moving objects. And like I say, if I'm got to worry about this getting caught in a moving object, I've got to worry about a few other things getting caught in a moving object also.
Dinkum says leather seats are another concern.
Getting in cars can be precarious. If you're not careful, you'll burn your backside, especially in the summertime when we've had vehicles get over 160 degrees on the inside, and that's not comfortable.
But they learn their lesson pretty quickly, right?
No, sometimes you're still in a hurry and you hop in a car and it's like, oh yeah, I'm not wearing any pants, I'm wearing a kilt.
Just to be clear, these are not your traditional Scottish tartan kilts, which can contain as much as 9 yards of material and are usually made of heavy wool. The kilts worn by O'Brien and Dinkums, which are produced by Commando Kilts in Oklahoma City, are much lighter and made from cotton.
They're not hot, which the other ones are hot. They do allow the breeze to blow in the areas that your main reason you're wearing them for, which is to try to stay cool.
What happens when you get a strong breeze or you get a fan underneath you?
I smile.
But both men are careful not to offend.
You just have to be mindful. I made the mistake of hopping over something one day and it went up like this. Oh, now there wasn't anybody around, so.
Dinkums admits that when he leaves the shop, he gets more than his share of stares.
I've been approached by people outside of the business And they want to know, why are you wearing a skirt? What's with the dress? That seems a little fruity, you know? And I just tell them, well, you know, if that's your opinion, that's your opinion, but apparently you're not man enough to wear one, so.
And he's going to keep wearing them.
I'm never turning back. It's too comfortable.
So could this foreshadow a move by other shop owners to start wearing kilts?
No, we've had lots of comments, lots of attention, but nobody has gone, you know, I think I want to do that for my shop. Now, we have had people on some Facebook go, I wish my boss would let me wear a kilt to work because it would be much cooler than the pants that I have to wear.
And it's still a great way to celebrate one's Celtic heritage, although... You don't think you're taking this whole Scottish-Irish kilting thing a little bit far?
Never.
Can it really be taken too far? Perhaps it's time more of us embraced our inner Scotsman and set our legs free in the workplace.